it seems like forever, I have finally hit the 6-figure mark here on YouTube. Let's talk all about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I want to share with you my journey of finally reaching 6 figures on YouTube, and also sharing with you guys how I was able to make that happen. So I do want to put out a little disclaimer, which is that when I am talking about how much money I made here on YouTube and how I made 6 figures, I'm just talking about the Google AdSense program. I'm talking about strictly from simply uploading videos to YouTube. I'm not talking about money that I've made from my Etsy shop, or from coaching or speaking engagements, or from affiliate marketing or sponsorships. I'm just talking about the money that I've made via the Google AdSense program. But before we take a deep dive into how I made $100,000 on YouTube, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor, Revenued, and how you can take advantage of it as an existing business owner. The Revenued Flex line is a great way to fund your business for those in-between moments when cash is tight, and is a great way to access money for your business quickly. The entire application process takes as little as a day, and there's zero fee or commitment to apply. There's no hard credit pull, no annual fee, and no draw fees. So it's really a no-brainer applying for peace of mind, knowing you have access to capital when you need it. The application is secure, transparent, and by applying you'll receive a free business credit report. Revenued's Flex line is faster than borrowing from a traditional lender, and because they are purchasing future business income and not lending, they are much more likely to say yes than a lender. Revenued utilizes revenue-based financing, which is an investment and not a loan. Essentially, they purchase a portion of your future business receivables at a discount in exchange for you getting working capital now when you need it. Revenued looks beyond your personal credit score and instead looks at your business's revenue for qualification, in addition to other qualifications. Revenued uses Plaid to connect the necessary banking details needed in the application process. And to qualify for Revenued's Flex line, you must be in business for more than 6 months, have at least $10,000 in monthly revenue, and have a separate bank account for your business. Unfortunately, sole proprietorships are ineligible for Revenued at this time. Get started today by clicking the link in my description box. Like I mentioned, applying is fast and free, so I highly recommend you do so today. Thank you to Revenued for sponsoring that portion of today's video. Let them know that I sent you. Now back to my regular content. Okay, so let's dive into these tips and tricks and all the things that have led me to where I am today. So currently, I have been on YouTube, which is so cool to me, for approximately 6 years. So it's interesting that it is August 2023 at the filming of this video, and I started my YouTube channel in August of 2017. Honestly, the past few years have been like a blur post, you know, the thing that we all went through. So I really don't remember much from, I feel like I've just been here from 2020 until now. When I first started YouTube, it wasn't because I ever wanted to. I actually consider myself to be relatively private. So starting a YouTube channel was never anything that was going to be in the cards for me, so I thought. So what had happened was I actually was a part of this group, and I was trying to share the first video that I actually shared on YouTube is what the video was that I was trying to share in the group, except there was some type of mechanical, well, maybe we should call it technical issue that prevented me from uploading the video straight to the Facebook group. So what I did instead is I uploaded the video to YouTube, and then I posted the YouTube link in the group. And I don't think I was ever really prepared for the amount of views and comments and subscribers that would come from that, especially considering I had no business on YouTube, so I thought, or I didn't really think much of it. But I would go on to continue to post similar videos as that one, and within a month I was eligible for monetization, and I actually never even applied. My husband, who was / is a DJ on the side, was the one to go into YouTube and apply for me. And so here we are 7 years later, and I just want to share what I've done in the past 7 years to keep up the momentum. So I will have to say my first month of earning money on YouTube was very small. It was minor. I didn't earn but a few dollars. The next month I earned more than a few dollars. And then by the 4th or 5th month, by the end of that first year, the end of 2017, I was working my way into earning 4 figures. And since then, I have earned 4 figures pretty much every month. Like, there have been some months that have been really slow and I maybe earned $800 or $900, but for the most part, I'm going to earn and have been able to earn at least a 4-figure number each and every month, which then I have always considered YouTube to be one of the coolest side hustles. I guess if you break it down to bare bones and the minimum amount that I can make each month by doing what I'm doing, I could probably earn that same amount by working a part-time job in my field. But then I just feel like that would be me having to leave the house more, and I don't know, it would come with a lot more. And I don't know if I would have a side hustle if I were not on YouTube anyway at this phase in my life. But hands down, YouTube is my favorite side hustle that I've ever had, my favorite part-time job. I do it part-time, which is why I consider myself to be a part-time influencer. I'm a full-time school-based counselor. So anyway, let's just talk about what I have done since the very beginning. So one thing that I have always done, always, is I have always posted at minimum 2 times per week. Now, I don't know if I should have been posting once per week, if I should have been posting once every 2 weeks, if I should have been posting 4 times a week. I have no earthly idea, but what I do know is that I saw success posting at least 2 times per week. Sometimes back in the day, I could do 3 videos per week or 4 videos per week. I guess my thought was, if I was putting out content that the people wanted to see, then it would make sense for me to post as often as I could, and it would make sense for me to kind of try to keep up with posting rather than to just fall off and not post for 3 weeks. In my brain, that is what made sense. It made sense for me to be putting out content to people who I did not know as frequently as I could, in the event that they would come across my content more. I would have more opportunities for my content to be discovered, more opportunities for people to get to know a little bit more about me, because I definitely am more open now, but was far less open in the beginning. Because for me, it was just kind of like, should I really be on here spilling any real tea about my life if I'm not fully committed to it? If I'm going to actually quit this in a few months because I'm tired of it, or because it never was something that I actually dreamt of. So I definitely, for the first year or 2 probably, was a little bit more on the reserved side of things. And no matter how you slice it, I still figured that even if in each video I was just going to give a little bit more or a little bit more, it would be worth me posting as often as I could. And so since then, I have maintained a 2 video per week upload. It is very rare that I miss an upload. Very rare. I'm talking super duper rare that I miss an upload. I'm pretty consistent with my schedule. And again, I don't know what the real sweet spot is when it comes to the algorithm and what YouTube likes. But for me and my lifestyle, putting up 2 videos is enough work. Really, 1 video is probably what I should be doing. But then I think about, of all the video ideas I have, I just feel like I guess that's a good thing. I would never get through them if I only put out 1 video per week. So that's why I shoot for 2, which is the sweet spot, because when I'm planning out my content, another tip, at the beginning of each month, I go ahead and plan out 2 videos per week. And it's very easy to do that, especially because a lot of my content is repetitive, which we'll talk about momentarily. But it's very easy, relatively easy for me to identify 8 videos or 2 videos per week that I would like to upload in any given month. And so that's why I just kind of run with it. And it doesn't take up too much time. I'm not a person who has ever had like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments that I haven't been able to keep up with. So of course I do have to factor in responding to emails and comments and creating graphics and stuff into the equation. But all in all, I shake it out to be me spending about 5 hours per video each week. So if you add that together, that would be 10 hours of work per video, which is about 10 hours that I commit to YouTube each week. Some days it may even be less, or some weeks, but for the most part, the average amount of time that I am committing to YouTube per week is roughly 10 hours. So another thing that I've done over the years is I have essentially niched down. So I have chosen a niche and I have stayed with it. I do toy with vlogs every now and again, even though I'm not a vlogging girl. I'll toy with some decorate videos. Those videos are purely for fun and purely ones that bring me joy. And sometimes I'll do a video that someone has requested for me to do, even though I know it's not going to perform well based on the analytics. But I definitely have a niche. I come on YouTube and I am primarily talking and showing about finances or budgeting or planning and organizing. Those videos are the core of my channel. They always will be. Not only are those videos the types that I have been putting out for all of these years, but it's also the content that I enjoy creating and that I enjoy watching. I like goal setting, planning, anything that has to do with organizing one's adult life, which I find to be difficult. I find adulthood to be very ghetto. So anytime I can learn a tip or trick and share it, or just watch people talking about how they organize their lives, or chat with people about organization, it lights my soul on fire. I feel my best self, my highest self, when I feel like I'm prepared. I don't have to over prepare. I'm not a person who's over prepared. In fact, I'm typically under prepared, which is why I try to incorporate organizing and planning and budgeting and all of that into my life. But the biggest perk is that not only is it content that I enjoy watching and creating, but it's something that I'm already doing. There's never going to come a month where I haven't set goals for the month, or I haven't created our budget for the month, or I haven't planned out our events for the month. So I'm creating content that I actually do anyway. So that makes it super easy for me, because before I sit down and put together our monthly budget, I just press record and then I can talk you guys through it, or that type of thing. So it's literally me recording things that I'm going to do anyway, which is my preferred way of putting out content. If I'm not going to do it, like, I don't see me going out and trying to produce content based on something that I don't even really do. That's just weird for me. Like going on a shopping spree. I don't shop, so I'm not going to be able, that would be pointless for me to go spend money on a shop just to get content. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing anything that I wouldn't already do just to get content. That's not my vibe. Another thing that I have done, which I feel like I have to mention this, even though it's not even probably like a real tangible tip or trick that you can run with, and that is going with the flow. Listen, I just go with the flow. I cannot control the algorithm. I cannot control how much money I make. I cannot control anything but my own outputs, which for me, I can control responding to my comments, filming videos, editing videos, publishing videos, and what I post essentially, but that's pretty much it. What I post and the frequency of when I post. That's all I can control. So I don't spend a bunch of time trying to research this or get better with that, or just trying to figure out ways how I can beat the algorithm or get better good with the algorithm. I just post and go. That's it. That's all. I have nothing else to give outside of doing that. When I come home from work, I'm doing something YouTube related, typically something side hustle related, and then I have to do all the other things I have to do as an adult, and so all I have really to give is posting. And so that is what I do. I just simply do not spend a lot of time stressing about or fixating on how to grow this YouTube channel or how to make more money or anything like that. Another thing that I have done that has really helped me is to keep my thumbnails consistent. So when you're talking about budgeting and planning and stuff like that, for me, I just feel like those types of graphics and thumbnails and stuff require much more than maybe a vlog, because whenever I see vlogs or certain types of videos, the thumbnails kind of speak for themselves, I guess. And so for a planner video or a budget video, I feel like I have to be a little bit more creative with my thumbnails. I guess they're a little harder to capture because I have to kind of figure out what I want to capture for the particular video. But the moral of the story is that I have been using Canva for forever. I create all of my graphics in Canva. And the point that I want to drive home is that I like for my thumbnails to be pretty consistent. So they don't all look exactly alike, but for my plan with me videos, I like for them to look a certain way. For my budget with me videos, I like for them to look a certain way. And so in Canva, I can easily copy or duplicate a template or a thumbnail, and then I take it from there and I tweak it for that next video. But I just am pretty strategic about the thumbnails because I've always been told that, you know, you can have a title on a video and all that fun stuff, but the thumbnail is the most important. And I believe that to be true. Although, for me, I guess that I might still watch a video even if the thumbnail isn't fire, if the title of the video is something that I feel like I want to get behind, because some people just aren't that great with graphics like me, so I don't really hold that against other YouTubers. And plus, sometimes when people are starting out, their thumbnails just aren't that great, I don't think, but they can be great, by the way, if you go use Canva, because they have all sorts of different templates that you can choose from, and you can tweak them and edit them to ensure that your thumbnails are high quality. But the moral of the story is I am really consistent with my thumbnails. I try to put some good time and energy into thumbnails, even though I'm not a graphics person at all. I actually am far from good at creating graphics. I really just use Canva to get me to where I need to get. Another thing that I try to do is really optimize my search engine performance, my SEO stuff. And so I like to do that using TubeBuddy. I have been using TubeBuddy for years. It is another type of subscription, and I like it because it kind of analyzes what all is going on the back end, and it tells me best practices. Like, it tells me that I should have a title that is a certain amount of characters. It tells me that I should add iCards to my video. It tells me about all the different things that I can do on the back end to optimize performance. And so I have to say that the most popular video on my channel, I released with TubeBuddy in mind. I had literally just purchased TubeBuddy with the idea that I would do everything that TubeBuddy told me to do before I released this video, which I was hoping would get in good with the algorithm because it was a trendy topic, and it did. And so since then, I have just continued to stick beside TubeBuddy because it actually worked whenever I first tried to make it work. I don't and can't say that I've seen other videos go viral after following that video using TubeBuddy. I can't attribute its success to TubeBuddy particularly, but that one I really did. And so for which case, I just keep it around, because sometimes when you are trying to get a video uploaded, there's so much work that you have to do on the back end to try to make it be as successful as it can, and you can forget some of the things. So that's why I keep TubeBuddy around, so it can constantly remind me of what all I need to be doing on the back end. When I am recording this, my revenue is at $100,653.49. I was just looking at my lifetime revenue maybe like a month ago, and I was like shocked that it was at like 95,000 or 96,000 or something. And then I was like, oh my God, by the time that I'm at my anniversary on YouTube, I'll probably have officially earned a six-figure number from YouTube, which is wild to me because, like I mentioned, this is just Google AdSense, just the AdSense program. And so to think just by uploading some content and recording content that I was already going to. So before you press record, it's not technically content. So once you press record, it becomes content. It goes from just like life admin for me to content. So in just filming and recording my life admin, most of the videos that I've put out are related to my life admin. I have earned over $100,000, which to me is, like I said, a pretty cool thing and something that I'm proud of. I'm sure I'll even be more proud when I actually reach 100,000 subscribers. But I think we have like another year on that. I'm not too sure, but I think we have some time on that. So anyway, I just wanted to, after maybe like 4 years, do an updated how I make money on YouTube video, how people can make money on YouTube, tips and tricks that I swear by and stick to every single day, every single week, every single month. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be helpful. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.